Hello, my little artists. My name is Miss Cat with Comic Kids, and today we are going to be doing a drawing from the classic children's book, Where the Wild Things Are, by Maurice Sendak, who also illustrated these characters. We are going to be drawing a wild thing. This is actually a really fun character to draw, and I want you guys at the end to color it whatever way that you like, but we're going to be drawing this character together. So all you're going to need is a paper, pencil, and something to color with. And if you guys like drawing comic and cartoon characters as well as book characters, make certain that you like and subscribe to our channel so you can be up to date with more videos like these. Let's get started drawing a wild thing.
Teaching kids art through comics, cartoons, and books. Comic Kids.
Okay, my friends, we are going to start drawing one of the wild things. So let's get to the center of our paper. You can take a look at some of the colors I'm going to be using a little bit later. We've got some blacks, browns, oranges, yellows, and tans. So let's go ahead and find the center of our paper, and we're going to start drawing our big, scary, wild thing. All right in here, we are going to do the beginning of an oval, and I'll show you what I mean. I'm not going to do the top of it. I'm just going to go ahead and do the bottom. So I'm drawing sort of like the bottom part of an egg, and this does not need to be a perfect shape. You know, these are wild things, so they look a little bit wild. So I'm starting off by doing that, and then I am going to leave this part open, and the reason is because he has some pretty wild thing hair. And the way I'm going to start drawing that hair is by doing some zigzags that come up and down. So you guys are going to do this at your own pace, and it's all going to look a little bit different. So I want you to draw some zigzaggy lines all the way across. This is the beginning of our wild thing. All right, there we have it. So that's the bottom of his face, and this is kind of his wild hair at the top. Good job, my friends. The next thing we're going to do is right in the middle here where we have space, we are going to give our wild thing a big old nose. So I want you to draw two little lines that go like this. These are parallel lines, okay? So two little lines. And then at the bottom, we're going to do a big letter U. Now I want you to wait before you do it so you can see what I do. You see there's a little bit of space that I leave right there and there? I want you to do that. We did it, two lines, a letter U, and then we're going to connect them, watch, with a little curve. You see that little line I just did there? We're going to do the same thing over here. A little curvy line. There we go. There you have it, my friends. This is a big old nose to a big old wild thing. Very good, everyone. The next thing we're going to do is give our wild thing a pair of eyes. So right to the side of our nose, I want you guys to draw a circle. Let me show you what it looks like. A circle right on the side of the nose. Very good. And I'm going to do one on this side too. It's a little higher than the bottom of the nose. Very good, my friends. And these wild things, they have little eyeballs in there. And so I'm going to draw a black little circle. I'm coloring mine in black because my pen is black, but you can color yours in later. And another one like this. Woo-wee, he is starting to look scary already. There we go. We got a wild thing. Fabulous. Let's go ahead and give our wild thing a big old mouth. So the first thing we're going to do, it's kind of like a big wide smile. So all the way across my character's face. I'm going to do this line that kind of curves up a little. But we are missing the teeth, as you notice, and that's something that we really do notice about these characters. So I want to go ahead and start giving him these kind of fang teeth. So I draw the letter V over and over and over again. Lots of V's to give our wild thing some fangs. Very good, everyone. Ooh, how many V's do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 6 so far. I'm just going to keep on going. So let's draw those fangs all the way across his mouth. Excellent. Whoa, that's pretty scary looking. Very good, everyone. Now our wild thing has a couple more little details on his face. A little line that goes from the nose to the mouth, and two other little lines that go under his eye. Between his eye and his nose, we're gonna draw two little lines that look like that. Awesome, my friends. Let's go ahead and come up here, and we are going to give our wild thing some horns. So we're gonna find this area where you did the bangs, and you're gonna go ahead and draw these two horns that kind of come up and curve like that. You see the shape I just made? This little curvy line, and two of them, and we're gonna go ahead and do another one over here. Very good, friends, just like that. Awesome. So you notice I left a little bit of space between the bangs and the horn because he's got an awful lot of hair on his head, and I want to draw it all the way around, including drawing a bit of a beard down here. So I'm going to start doing that same zigzag that I did over here. I'm going to start doing it on the top of his head, around the side of his face, and down at his beard. Let's get started doing that. I'm getting to the top of my character's head, and I'm going to start doing this wild zigzaggy hair, just like I did before with the bangs. Yours does not have to look exactly like mine. Everybody's drawing is going to look a little different. So you see I did some zigzags. I can still see my horns here. And then I'm going to come all the way around my character's face, and I'm going to do this big wild thing hair. So zigzaggy lines, back and forth. Some of my hairs over here are long, some are short. And I'm just going to follow the same shape as my character's face. So you see how I'm coming out, I'm starting to curve, and then I'm going to get down and do a little bit of a pointy beard. Very good. All the way across. Now we're going to be coloring this in later. So you see how I made a little bit of a point here. And then I'm going to just kind of go all the way across. Very good. All the way over. I want my hair over here to look wild. So I don't mind if some of them are short and some are long and they go different directions, because that's just going to make our drawing look even cooler. Very good. We have a wild thing. He's got some pretty wild hair. We are doing a great job drawing our character. Okay, friends, I'm going to start drawing our wild thing's body. So I'm going to come right in here before I do his arms and give a little bit of his torso. So the torso is the part of the body where our ribs and our belly button are. So I'm going to come here and leave a little bit of space between the beard, and we're just going to come down like this. Two little lines. Don't make them too big. They don't need to be that long. I left a little bit of space because I'm going to pop his arms in there in a minute. But I wanted to get his body, and then I'm going to get his legs. I'm going to make them real nice and bendy with these really big claws on them. So let's go ahead and start drawing a leg. My little wild thing's going to kind of be bending his legs like this. So his leg is going to come out like that, and on this side like this. There we go. That's kind of his thigh and his knee. And I'm going to do the same thing on this side. So I'm going to come out like this, and I'm going to go like this at the bottom. Very good. So that's the beginning of his legs, and then I'm going to draw these big claw feet at the bottom. Let's go ahead and connect our wild thing right here. I'm going to just connect those lines so we finish off his body. And I'm going to get into drawing his very big, very scary feet. So the bottom of the foot curves like that. We're going to draw the heel. And we could do that on both sides, the heel, so that it looks the same. And then get into drawing a very large foot with claws on it. So I'm going to start first with my pinky claw. I came over and I did a little bit of a claw. I'm going to do that a couple times and then finish up the foot. So I'm going to give him 4 toes. 1 toe, another claw. See how big it is? We're going to do that 3rd claw right here. I don't mind if it's a little bit shorter. And then a 4th claw, kind of pointy like that. Very good. So now I have some space in between here and here, and I'm just going to go ahead and connect my foot. Awesome, my friends. Very good. So the same thing that I did here, I'm going to do over here. I'm going to start first with our pinky toe, I'm gonna come out. Remember, we're giving our wild thing some big old feet. So I got a big pinky toe over there. I'm gonna do a fourth toe, his fourth toe. I'm gonna do his third little claw in there. And let's finish up that wild thing by doing a fourth claw. Excellent. Now let's go ahead and connect the bottom of that foot just like that. Whoa, those are some scary feet. Now I'm going to finish up these claws by doing little lines like this. So it looks like he's got little claws and little nails at the bottom of his feet. So I'm going to do a line on each toe just like that. So I've got 4 toes on this side. Same thing over here, my friends. Very good. I've got 4 little lines. Okay, my friends, let's come on over here and give our wild thing a big old furry tail. So I want you to come to this part of your drawing and we're going to do a big swirly tail over here. I'm going to kind of come in and I'm going to do this swirly shape. Yours might look a little bit different than mine. Very good. I'm going to kind of curl that tip a little bit. And then come on back to my character's body just like this. So I'm going to follow that same shape. Kind of make it a little thick looking. And then I get a little thinner as I get closer to the body. There we go. So we've got this big kind of wild thing tail. Excellent. Now the next thing we're going to do, we're going to get into drawing his arms and his claws. I'm actually going to move my pencils a little bit out of the way so I have a little bit more space. But they're here so you can check out what colors we're going to be doing later. Let's go ahead and get our wild thing's wild arms up there. So you should have a little bit of space between his beard and where his body starts. And we're going to go ahead and give him some arms. So we want him kind of reaching up with these big claws. So you see I did this line like this, and I'm going to do the same thing on this side. I'm going to kind of do a line that goes like that. That is the bottom part of his arm. And then I'm going to start to draw his claws just like I did over here. And I've got 4 little toes. I'm going to give him 4 little claws, but let me show you how I'm doing it first. So I've got these 2 lines. Let's go ahead and curve it back to the body. Now mine is going to be tucked a little bit behind his beard. Yours might not look like that, and you might have to draw another part of an arm. That is fine. Watch, I'm going to do it on this side. So I'm going to kind of curve around, and I'm going to come back to the body. So you see, on this side of my drawing, I see a bit of an arm, but on this side, I don't. At the top here is where we're going to start to get into drawing his claws. Okay, friends, we want our wild thing to have some big wild claws. So just like I did down here, I'm going to come up right at the end of his arm, and I'm just going to start drawing claws. So I'm going to do 4, just like I did before. I got 1, 2, 3, and a 4th claw, and I'm just going to go back. So one thing that we're practicing a lot in this drawing is doing this kind of a shape, this kind of a zigzaggy, it almost looks like a wave shape. And I'm going to come over to this side, I'm going to do the same thing. I want to give our wild thing some pretty wild claws. So I'm going to come up, claw number 1, 2, 3, and 4. Excellent, my friends. Good job. And the last thing I'm going to do on my wild thing is I'm going to start to color his fur and the kind of the designs that are on his body. So I'm going to do a curved line that goes across like this. And I'm going to start doing this shape. It's a bunch of U's all across the bottom of my character. So what we're going to do is we're going to do these U's all the way on the bottom part. You might want to do this part a little bit later if it takes you a while, and that's okay. We all work at our own pace. But I'm doing a lot of U's over and over. We call this, it almost looks like fish scales, and we call this shape a scalloped shape. So I just kind of pile these U's on top of each other over and over again. So when we draw a wild thing, we can do this pattern at the bottom of our character's body. Now, you may decide that you want your wild thing to be colored in a totally different way than the way our illustrator did it. And that is perfectly fine. This is your drawing, and you guys can color it and design it the way that you want. All right, very good. So I'm doing a lot of these U's over and over again. Coming to this side, and you'll notice that I start to turn the U as it comes to the bottom of the foot. So you see, I'm curving it so that it looks like it's following the same shape as our character. It's going the same direction. Excellent, my friends. At the top of our Wild Thing's body, he has stripes. So I'm going to start doing stripes that go this way and then also that come over here. And later I'm going to be coloring them orange and yellow. So I'm going to do some big stripes across the body, just like this. And then I'm going to start changing the direction. What do I mean by that? So first I go across and I draw stripes like this. You guys might notice I just did 2 little lines there. That's so that my stripe has something to bump into. You see, when I bump into it like that, very good. And then I'm going to start doing stripes that go this way. So they're going up over the arm like this. So my stripes switch direction. Fabulous, my friends. Awesome. All right, I'm going to do the same thing over here. I'm going to just draw lines that follow this same shape. Awesome, very good. All right, when I color this character, I'm gonna do the bottom of his body, kind of this grayish color. I'm gonna do his tail, dark, and I'm gonna do yellow and orange stripes on, I guess it's kind of almost like a shirt. Then I'm gonna do his beard in a kind of a black color. So I'm gonna go ahead and color my character, and you guys color on your own. Okay, my little artists, I hope you guys had fun drawing a wild thing with me. I'm sure that you did an amazing job on your drawing, and I cannot wait to draw again with you soon. Comic Kids is a nonprofit helping children in the community learn art through comics, cartoons, and books. To learn more, see our website at comickids.org and follow us on Instagram. For more videos like these, like and subscribe to our YouTube channel.